So, good morning. And today we will be discussing on depreciation, but this will be more of a question and answer discussion since I have already posted the pre-recorded discussion. So for now, we will be having more of a clarification lang on what you need to know about depreciation. So first, the very reason why I pre-recorded the session was number one is to ensure na kuan to ensure na ining discussion na to is more of clarifications, and number two, a sub reason is that I was scheduled for kuan gahapon kanang second dose of my COVID vaccine, so I recorded in advance to make sure that I can provide you the discussion on the module, no. So first off, kindly comment your name and your ID number for your attendance today. Also, I was able already to double check the midterm exam, no? Okay, there are some problems, I think two or three problems that did not reflect the real answer. So I already checked it manually, so you can already see in your Canvas account your updated grades. So, but since the Canvas will not necessarily give you the official grade, I'm already done computing your revised midterm grade. Do you have any comments and suggestions with regards to your midterms? Hello. Hello, everyone. Di lagi mo maningog na ko lagi. Hello? Para may reklamo sa inyong grado?
Wala ra, sir.
So anyway, kuan lang to siya actually 50-50 magud to siya, 50% for the summative part and 50% for the formative. So as you can see in your syllabus, basic definition or basic breakdown of your final grade is number one, 30% is for your formative grade and 70% will be part of your summative grade. So basically your midterm is comprises only 21% of your final grade. So mga around 49% ana is your departmental exam. Okay? So if you have actually no questions, number one, nakakita mo sa video recording, yes or no? This will be a
Yes, sir.
fast-paced. So
Yes,
this
sir.
will be a
Yes,
fast-paced
sir.
discussion. We will be having a fast-paced discussion since I'm assuming everybody was able to check the video recording. So so let's start our discussion. So module 4 or depreciation methods. No? First and foremost, on this module, we are able to have 7 topics. Number 1 is the straight line method. Number 2 is the declining balance method. Number 3 is the DDB or the double declining balance method. Number 4 is the sum of the year's digits and service output method. And then the next two topics are the Matheson equation and the sinking fund method. No? So I think I was not able to discuss on the pre-recorded discussion the wait, I'll go through. I was not able to discuss on the pre-recorded discussion regarding accumulated depreciation. So I'll proceed to the book depreciation methods. So these our basically 5 types of book depreciation methods, since we will not be discussing on tax depreciation method. So for engineering students, when you go into the industry, basically mao gid na inyong butahaton, no, when it comes to proposing an equipment or a asset. So for number 1, straight line method. Basically, ang kuan gyud sa straight line method, you have a uniform amount of depreciation every year. So that goes by the formula na the depreciable value or the depreciable value divided by the number of service years. Kung ingon tag depreciable value, that refers to your first cost minus the salvage value. Kay maora na siya depreciable amount sa imuhang asset. So, when it comes to depreciation or accumulated depreciation, since we have the problem, no? Ang ako magong gi-discuss basically was only on the depreciation aside. There is what we call as a accumulated depreciation. And this goes by the equation that this goes by the equation of the summary of all the accumulated depreciation year on year. So kung mingon tag di kanang accumulated depreciation, that goes by DM. And then for example on year 0, 0 pa imong accumulated depreciation. And then on year 1, your accumulated depreciation is 1,600. And then on year 2, your accumulated is 3,200. That goes by the equation of 1,600 plus that depreciation on that year. And then for number 3, it goes by the value of 16 times 3, 4,800 plus 16, so 64. And lastly, this is 8,000. So, on your exams, Manggod, actually, ang akong pangayoon is number 1, the depreciation value on every year. And then, ang tapad ana niya is most likely your accumulated depreciation. And on the last part is the book value. So, kuan na siya, one very reason why we need to have an accumulated depreciation is to ensure that your book value at the end plus the depreciation is equivalent to your book value on your first cost. Ano siya, for counter checking siya. Okay? So, anyone has any question with regards to straight line method? Yes or no? Hello?
Answer.
Wala ra?
No, sir.
So, if you have no question, I'll be proceeding to the declining balance method. So, ang kuan lang, there are basically questions that refers to maingon gani siya declining balance method, no? Number 1, if ang ihatag sa problem it only states a declining balance method o niya wala ka tagai og any multiplier, that refers to the Matheson equation. Okay? But if you are given a problem and you are given a multiplier, that refers to the declining balance method with a certain multiplier wherein you have to get your alpha. Okay? So, this goes by the formula that your alpha is equal to 1 over n multiplied by the multiplier. So, I'll go through the solution. So, on this solution, basically, you'll have to get first your alpha, and then your alpha is the basis for your depreciation year on year. So, kung pila imuhang first value multiplied by the alpha, that will be your depreciation on your first year. With that, also, ang atong accumulated depreciation on year 0 is 0. On year 1 is 3,000. And then on year 2 is 3,000 plus 2,1. This is 5,100. This is plus 1,470. This is 6,570 plus 1,029. This is 7,599 plus 401. This is 8,000. So, as you can see lang, comes with alpha, ang mahitabo lang yun niya is On some years at the end point of the service life of your asset, you'll have to depreciate it less than your alpha. Why? That's because according to tax law, you are not permitted to depreciate any assets beyond their service salvage value. No? So, if sometimes sad ang mahitabo, when your alpha is only, say for example, 10%, what would happen that on your last year, on the second or fourth or fifth year, dako kay kag depreciation value in order to meet na dapat at the end of its service life mao ginay mabili niya nga book value, no. You can actually adjust it on the year 5, no. So mao na siya ang mahitabo when it comes to gamay kaayo ang alpha nga inyuhang nakuha. Therefore, on your fifth year mag-adjust jud ka sa imuhang kuan, or on the last year of your service life you will be adjusting your depreciation in order to meet the book value. Okay? Any question with regards to declining balance method using alpha? Anyone? Klaro ra?
Yes.
So, double declining balance method. So, when we say double declining balance method, actually, it is more of the same sa declining balance method, but your multiplier is pila? 200%. So, kumingon ta when it comes to DDB, it will refer to a multiplier of 200%. No? So, kuha lang siya, the main difference lang with the declining balance method and the DDB is the alpha. Wherein in your double declining balance method, you'll have a fixed multiplier of 200%. By that way, ang mahitabo sad when it comes to the double declining balance method, same as your declining balance method, on the end point of your service life, you need to adjust your depreciation in order not to depreciate the value of your asset beyond its service value, no. So when it comes to, for example, sa DDB or the double declining balance method, ang mahitabo sa niya, its total depreciable value will be depreciated earlier compared to the declining balance method. So, as you can see in your year 4, ang imo untang i-depreciate is around 864, provided that you have a 40% na alpha. But since if you depreciate it but the value of 864, what would happen is that your book value would be less than the 2,000, which is basically not allowed. So instead of 864 ang imuhang i-depreciate, you'll have to depreciate the value of only $160. So getting the DM, that is 4,000. This is 6,400. This is 64. 7,840. This plus 160, that is 8,000. So it is not a problem if wala kay depreciation on the last year, ha. Okay? It's very normal because most companies actually, ang ilahang depreciable value would differ depending on what depreciation method they are using, man. Okay? Any question with regards to double declining balance method? Wala.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Like a question. Like,
Okay.
for example, in the final year, sir, like, kung na case, sir, na depreciation value bitaw, sir,
Okay.
dig man ag book value sa last year, di gyapon maabot sa salvage value. I-adjust na mo, sir, value.
Yes. So supposing if for example kani siya is around 4, ay arita diri magtan-aw ha sa 4. If for example ang nahabilin nimo nga value diri is 3,000. So kung imingon kag ang imong computation is only around 3,000 times 0.4 mga 1 to ali atong padak-an. So 4,000 kunuhay ang nabilin. No? So, for example, ang imuhang depreciable value is around 1,600, di ba? So, pasabot, if 4,000 minus 1,600 ka, ang mahabili ni mo nga book value is around 2,400. Sakto, dili?
Yes, sir.
So, for example, ha, but, kibaw man ka nga, at the end of the service life, the book value should be only 2,000. So, therefore, you need to adjust your depreciation value from 1,600 to $2,000. Okay?
Sige, sir. Thank you.
So, para at the end of its service life gyud, ang mahabilin gyud niya is your salvage value. This, kani siya nga case will not happen on the double declining balance method, no? Kay grabe magka-accelerated ang imong depreciation. Mahitabo na siya most likely on the declining balance method when your alpha siguro is less than 10%. Okay? Kaya buot pasabot, mag-apas na ka on the succeeding years. Okay? Kakuhara?
Pero ang last year ang i-adjust, sir, no?
Yes, last year.
Okay, sir.
So, any more question with regards to the double declining balance method?
Na kay question, sir, sa kuan sa book number og sa depreciation value in general ba, sir? What if let's say sa last year kay kuan ang book number kay kuan kanang nasubraan og mga $2, $3, ilahos na diretso sa kuan, sir?
Kung sa imong pasabot, your book value is less
book
than
value
your...
is, I know, sir, like nagihapon ay kuan na siya like $3, let's say like mga
say for
$3
example,
more than
na lang ka.
gamay na
wala
kay
ka-
sobra, sir, ba?
Yes. Pwede, ikaw lang.
Pwede
So,
ra ilahos, sir.
actually, pwede nimo ilahos na siya. Say for example, ang nabili nimo kay 2,002 kuno niya, $2,000 man, no? Okay? So, say for example, ang kaning to ay imo pasabot, imo na lang i-depreciate sa year 4. Sakto ba?
Yes, sir.
Actually, that will be okay. But, kuan lang ka. You should, consider lang ang main equation or main formula na dapat, ari pa ka diri mag-adjust sa 5th year. Okay? Kay mao may ako ang gigamit nga standard pag-compute. Pero actually, pwede na siya, but that will be depending on the business na. Oh, maingon ka nga, on the business side, maingon ka nga, i-depreciate na lang na ang $2 kay para next year wala na tayo depreciable value. So, okay na siya actually. Okay? But for the purpose of the course, wala na to pag-compute. Adjustment will be on the last year of the service life. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So, okay ra na siya. Okay ra. Any more question?
Sir, clarification lang, sir.
Mm.
So it's always favorable for the company to always have its salvage value at 2,000, not 2004, for example. Okay.
Yes.
Kaya
Okay. Sige.
Kaya tax
Sa
law,
imong-
sir, dili na siya pwede mo go below their salvage value, but pwede siya, ang iyang final depreciation is above its salvage value.
About this survey. Yeah, di inani siya eh. In other terms, sa business man good nga side, kana imong depreciation bitaw every year, that will be deducted sa imong income, or it will be considered as an expense every year. So basically, when you purchase an equipment, mohatag kag report ni BIR ana. You will be giving a report wherein this is the total cost of the purchase, and this is your salvage value nga gitarget at the end of its service life, may 5 years. Ang may tabo man good, when you depreciate the value of the asset beyond its service life, what would happen, mo deduct na siya sa imuhang kanang tax, no? So dili na siya mo i-deduct, kay consider man siya as expense nimo, so mahimo na siyang deductible na tax. So kaya ang ato ang formula man gid for tax is 30% of net profit man, net income man. So ang imong net income, that will be profit less expense. Okay? So mao na imong net income. Unya, kung pila imong net income, naa kay income tax ana niya. What would happen when you depreciate its value beyond the service life? Say for example, imbis 2,000 unta ang iyang salvage value, imong gi 1,000 na lang imong gibilin nga salvage value. I-deduct na nimo, i-appeal na nimo sa imong expense. So, mahog nga gamay kay gideklarar nga profit sa imong business, and then ang may tabo gamay ra kag mabayaran nga tax because your net income is mas gamay man. But that will be a violation. Ano man, imo man kung gi-consider nga dapat dili na siya mo depreciate or dapat 2,000 lagi na siya kay mahugman na siya tax evasion. Kakuha ra sa point.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So mahog na siya nga tax evasion man ang usahay for some businesses ilang i-depreciate value tanan on the first year unya the next year wala na. So that will be mahog na siya tax evasion kay i-expense out man nimo. Okay? Basta
Yes, sir.
mingon ganitag asset, when it comes to an asset, it should not be depreciated within 1 year. It should be 1 year and above, or more than 2 years. Why? Kung mingon gani kag 1 year lang, that is an expense. So, all throughout expense for the year. And then, when it comes to more than 2 years, mo na siya, for some businesses, kung mingon siya 50,000 akong palitan nga computer, iyan na siyang i-consider as an asset. So, iyan na i-depreciate ang value in 5 years. So, mahog. Say, for example, kung straight line, 50,000, 10,000 per year kung wala ko'y salvage value, no? But if ako nang i-expense out this year, gamiton para nako next year ang computer, that will be a violation kay imo mag-expense out. So, dako kay kagwa mabayri nga tax. Basta it will be a case on tax evasion when it comes to depreciating your value beyond your service life. Okay? No more question with regards to kuan? Wala ra?
So, matawag na siya na ethical, sir, ang kanyang mga decision, sir.
Kana nga decision, kaning inani nga mag-depreciate ko bigger.
Yes, sir. Sa gamay lang na amount ba, like, for example, wala na, matawag na siya ethical.
Unsa imong pasabot?
Like,
Ano?
yung na example na murag, kanang sige sa 4th year, kay murag na nabili na 2,002 dollars. Ang $2 pwede lang i-depreciate na year ba? Ethical, yapon na siya ng decision sa business.
Yes, that is ethical because still you are not depreciating the value beyond its service life. Okay? Actually, that will be the role of the finance officer. Siya may mo validate ana or siya may mo hatag og justification nganong gi-depreciate niya ang $2 on the 4th year. Okay? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay ra?
Sometimes.
So, I'll proceed to the SYD or the sum of the years digit method. No? So, the very reason sa kaning sa SYD, ang atong assumption ani nga mas dako siya ang depreciable value at first year, second year, but that will be depending on the digit, no? So, say for example, kung maingon ta og 1 to 5, i-add na nimo actually ang 1 to 5, no? Pila man na? 1, that is 15. So, your SYD is equal to 15. So, ang pasabot sa ana, that will form as your divisor. So, on your first year, kung maingon kag 1 divided by 15, kuan man ka, mura man ka og gamay ra. Basically, on the first year of the business, dako man na siya output ang usa ka equipment. So, mo nang balihon. That is 5 over 15. This is 4 over 15, 3 over 15, 2 over 15, and this is 1 over 15. Okay? So, this will be the reciprocal value lang on the last digit ka. Pagamay ra. Okay? So, going into the answer kay, ang imong DM ana, actually, this is 6.67. So, 2666, that is 9 divided by 15 times 8,000. This is 48, siguro. 9 plus 3 divided by 15 times 8,000. This is 64. Yeah. So 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 divided by 15. This is 7, 4. And this is 8,000. So kuan lang, as you can see, we naghatag magud kog our discussion for book depreciation methods. We have 7 types of book depreciation methods. Actually, kana siya is every time you purchase lagi an equipment, you should have to justify what type of depreciation method imong gamiton for every kuan. You should submit a depreciation schedule sa ana. So, do you have any question with regards to the sum of the year's digit? Yes or no?
No,
Sir.
sir, ang kanang
Ano sa
Ay,
to?
sige ka lang una.
kung sir kanang given sa kung sir ba kay ang accumulated depreciation value sir given na siya na 8,000 sir kay since nag-multiply naman siya gamit atong SYD nato times the total accumulated depreciation value given na siya sir.
Ay, kuan ka. Kumingan kag actually kumingan kag accumulated depreciation, that will be the sum of all the depreciations, no? Sa example, sa year 1, ang imong depreciation or summary is 2,600 raman. Okay? And then on the year 2, ang imong total depreciation, ang kanang accumulated, that refers to the total depreciation ha. So kung ingon kag 2,667 plus 2,133, that will be 4,800. So your accumulated depreciation on the second year is 4,800. Ako andra.
Oh, yes sir, yes sir.
So plus kuan kana siya.
Oh,
Okay, supposing manggod ang imo actually your formula for the book value, that should be the initial cost minus the accumulated depreciation. In this way, ako raman ni siyang minus on basing on the equipment raman nga depreciation yearly. Pero pareho ra gyud siya result. Okay?
okay sir, oh, nasabtan na sir.
Ay, sir ka ng, so,
Yes.
for example, sir, sa quiz or sa activity, kay mag-ask og depreciation cost. Then, ang ihatag naman, sir, ka ng DN, sir, or ang DN.
DN. Kung may kang depreciation, what is the depreciation value? That refers to your DN. Kung may ko, what is the total depreciation from year 1 to year 2, naon mo hang accumulated depreciation. Okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so ana siya, mana siya accumulated. So and then kung ingon ko sa problem, what is the total depreciation for year 1 and year 3, that only refers to year 1 and kani and year 3. So kani ran duha way labot si year 2. For year 1 and year 3 specific lang. Ay naman jud na yung mga kuan akong mga exam no kanang lipat-lipat ra gyud na. Okay? Daghan man nag-tricky questions ang akong mga activities para maka-analyze mo pa nagsaba or kanang kuan. Also for the exams, when it is stated as easy or do not overthink ha, kay ang tendency kay basig marong na hinuon. Okay ra, do you have any more question or clarification with regards to SYD? Wala. So kung maingon sad kag 7 years ang iyang service life, that is 1 plus 2 up to 7 sad. So ang imong SYD dili na 15 ha. 1 plus 2 up to 7. Okay? I'll proceed to the service output method. So for the service output method sad class, ang actually ang imuhang base kanang kuan ha. So ang imong basis is the inipalit nimo sa asset naa na siya gihatag nimo nga expected to give service. This is what you call as your service unsa man na capacity. Okay? Okay? Hello.
Yes, yes.
Okay,
So
sir.
kung maingon kang service capacity mo na imong basis sa imong computation. Pero if on the succeeding years, butang nimo on the 4th year, 5th year, beyond na siya sa iyang service capacity, pwede na ka dili mag-depreciate ana ha. Okay, kay ni biyad mangyapon ka because still tax law does not permit any depreciation beyond the service value. Kakuan ra?
Yes, sir.
So, mao na siya actually ang kuan ha. Okay, kakuan ra. So, say for example kani nga problem 55,000 man ni siya yang cost niya naa siya service value nga 5K. Actually, ang akong basis ana pag-compute is I get only the cost per mile multiplied by the 30,000 miles. But if you are given a breakdown for each year, adto ka una mo depreciate on the first year, on the succeeding year mo beyond gani ka, you should adjust. Okay? So this is the solution. So masa dito ko click. So these are the supplementary discussions no. So number 1 is the Matheson equation. So basically it refers to a constant percentage method wherein at the end of your last year of service life, you'll have to have no more adjustments because based on your formula, makuha naman nimo imong constant percentage of depreciation such that at the end of its service life, makuha gini imong salvage value. Okay? So this refers to ang imong CN class is your salvage value. Ang imuhang kani is your first cost. Okay? So, instead of alpha ang imong gamiton, you have already the K. So, ang imong solution would be, ang imo ng K imong gamiton for your multiplier. So, with that, kaling 2752.20, that will be 27.52% man imong K, no? So, that will be your basis for the depreciation. So, kung ingon sa tag DM is equal to 2752 on the first year. This is 4746.94. This is 6192.69. Seven to 40.54 nya kani siya 8,000. Any question with regards to Matheson equation? Piece of advice. When the problem state a declining balance method, walay gihatag nga multiplier, walay alpha nga gihatag, that question refers to the Matheson equation. Clear? Yes or no? Am I clear?
Crystals.
Okay. So, do you have any question with regards to the Matheson equation? Wala? If not, I'll be proceeding to the last topic for discussion, which is the sinking fund method. So, unsa inyong tanaw sa sinking fund method class? So, for sinking fund method, your depreciable value refers to your future amount of a certain annuity. So, what is your future amount for an annuity? That is A, 1 plus I to the exponent of n minus 1 divided by I. Wherein your future value, that is your CO minus CN. The CO nimo is your first cost. This is your salvage value. Okay? So, what's the difference between the sinking fund method and the other types of method? Number 1, sa sinking fund method, you have the same annuity or the same depreciation value for every year. Mura siyang straight line. But there is a considerable amount of interest within the problem, no? So kung mingon sa og kanang total depreciation, ang iyong pasabot sa ana niya is basically, so kung iya siyang pasabot ana DM, imo na sa i-consider ang interest kani sa year on year. So in other terms, for example, kani siya DM nimo diri is 1477. So kung mingon tag what is the total depreciation on the second year, that will be kani siyang 1477 times 1.04 plus 1477. That is 3013. Okay? Kakuha ra diri nga part nganong 3013 ni siya. Kuha ra? Hello?
Yes, sir.
So kani siya diri nga depreciation ako lang ni siyang gihatag in the basis nga naay interest ha. But on your problems, your depreciation should be the same. So kani siya diri sa third year, that is 3013 nya mo compound ni siya 1 year plus 1477, that is 4611. And there goes by the end of the fifth year, your total value of depreciation is equivalent to 8,000. Gets?
Excuse me, sir. Question, sir. Koan.
Yes.
So, sa exam, sir, kung pangyoan tag koan,
Kung
depression.
pangayuan ka o depreciation, kanira na
So,
it should be
for all
equal.
5 years, parihara 1477.
Yes.
Ang DM ray mo lahi every year.
Yes.
Okay. Sige, thank you, sir.
So that's the end of our discussion sa module 4, no? Wait, ha. Wait, I'll stop sharing. So, klaro ra ang discussion?
Ay, sir, pwede mag-ask ka tong sa Madison, sir.
Yes. Wait a minute, I'll share.
Ay, sige, sir.
What specifically on demonstration equation?
Kanang 27.52, sir, ba kay? Ay,
That is the rounded.
27.52. Ah, sige, sir. Rounded up na siya, sir, no?
But, kuan lang, for the benefit still, kuan siya, all throughout my discussions, do not round up or round down in between equations, not until the last part of the solution. So, kanang 27.52, actually, ako na ginang store sa akong calculator, no? So, kuan lang. As part of your training as engineering or engineers, since you will be having a board exam, it is very important you not to round up or round down, not unless it is on the final part of your computation. Okay? So, mao na siya ako kay I'm very strict when it comes to rounding up and rounding down because kana siya when you madama gud na nimo siya nga mindset when it comes to taking your board exam, what happens kay it's either masayop jud ka or di gyud nimo makuha ang correct answer. And then that will give you confusions as to sakto ba niya akong answer or dili. So mag-doubt ka. So in as much as possible, try to practice storing values in your calculator. That is very crucial. Okay? And also class, nagtulog ko ka ng I'm teaching in a review center. So part na siya sa training. Any question?
Ay, sir, na. Okay, sa question, sir, sa service
Yes.
output method, sir.
Hmm.
Kay, ko-answer ba ka tong ano ka, sir, nga, dear, sir, kay it's expected to give service of 250,000 miles. Tapos, you mentioned, sir, nga, if ang
Wait,
ano
I'll
sa
proceed ha.
katong dili na mao ang gamiton, sir, if
Say for example, nani, I'll give you a basic example. Okay. So say for example, na kay estimated na, di ba, example, 1 year, no? This is year, and this is output. Tama na siya, actual output, di ba? So, on year 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yan ya, ang imuhang service capacity is 250,000 miles. So, on the first year, na kay 30,000, diri kay naa kay 50,000, diri kay 60,000, diri kay 50,000, and diri kay 80,000. So say for example, pila man imong total output? That is 30,000 plus 30 plus 50 plus 60 plus 50 plus 80 times 1,000. That is 270,000. Sakto, dili?
Sakto, sir.
Sakto ra. So, when it comes to computing, ang actually, ang ako ang cost per mile is equal to 55,000 minus the salvage value divided by 250,000 miles na service capacity, no? So, 55 minus 5 divided by 250 times 1,000. 55 minus 5 divided by 250, that is 0.2 dollars per mile. So, kung mayon ta diri, what is your DN? Yan, diri said what is your DM, and this is your book value. So, kung mayon ta, let's try to compute each and every year, ha? So, kung mayon kag 30,000 times 0.2, that is 6,000. That 50,000 times, that is 10,000. 60,000, this is 30,000. Okay. That is 60,000 times A, that is 12,000. This is 10,000. This is 16K. Sakto, dili. So, ang akong depreciation every year, mingon kag 6,000 ka sa first year. So, imong DM dili 6K, di ba? This is 16,000. I-add na nako ha. 16 plus 12, that is 28,000. O niya, 12 is 38,000. 38,000 plus 6, 38 plus 16, that is 54,000. So, your book value, this is, pila ni? 49? Sakto ba? Can you follow ra?
Yes, sir.
So, 49 minus 10, that is 39. 39 minus 12, that is 27. Yeah, 27 minus 10, that is 17. 17 minus 16, that is 1,000. Kakuha?
Yes, sir.
So, where is the wrong part?
Sa last part, sir.
On the last year, because basically since you are not permitted to depreciate the value on the last year, so kung imong computon based on output, actually mo beyond ka, no? So ang imong buhaton is that on your last year, pila man imong depreciation value? This is pila? 12,000. Sakto? Your depreciation total diri is, and therefore your salvage value is 1,000. So you have your adjustment on the last year. Is that clear, ra?
Yes, sir.
So, wala siya, since you're not permitted to depreciate on some certain years when your kuan magud ka na estimated na siya, that is your basis for your capacity, no? So, any excess in output, katong portion na to, wala na to siya consideration for depreciation. Kay beyond man to siya yung service capacity. Is that clear, ah?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, any more question or clarification from the group? Clear na to? So, actually, humanag attendance ang tanan. So, kwa diha, nag-record ko daan actually kay para nako mas effective siya ba? Kay inig-discuss na to, at least, nalang tayo mga gamay nga clarifications, no? Okay? Mas hindi, mas effective siya. So, at least the learning takes place beforehand unya. If naamoy gilibugan on our class, at least I was able to clarify it nga mas makasabot mo ba?
Ay, sir, last lang yun, sir. Katurag
Yes.
na pong dito ang problem, sir, kay ang katong output nga mong gipahatag, sir, kay bali given ta, ito siya sa problem, sir.
Usually it's given. Ang capacity is given.
Okay.
Mato siya nga, when you are given a service capacity o lahi po, gihatagan po kag service output, auto, na kay adjustment on some years. Okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
And then, for example, kung 5 years to siya, o niya sa 5th year, wala pa nimo siya ma-fully depreciate, di mo i-fully depreciate ha. Kay pwede pa man siya 6 year, kay naman kay basis, kay capacity man imong basis. Okay?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
So, kuan lang, actually, there I have given the group in activity, no? There are only 15 items on the activity. Makita ninyo by around 10 a.m. So, you have actually naamoy around 2 hours to finish, and this is a 15 item nga activity. Also, I'll try to check on say merits sa activity. Kadang mga activity class ko ano na ha, na ako ko na para po nanay, actually nanay mga plus points magad-add magud ko sa inyong quizzes ba. So for some nga katungkuan nanagyoy ka na si tawagan na. Nasa gyoy mga naka perfect na gid sa quiz tungod sa plus points. Tara. So kuan lang, this is a recorded activity quiz, and then for those who will get 15 out of 15 for the quiz, na additional 5 points sa quizzes na score. So any excess actually will be added up to their major exams, no? So assignment, after sa assignment, major exams na dayon. So do I have any more question from the group? Clarifications, wala na? Kanya, kuanday nag-compute ko balik og grado kay naatoy gi-adjust ako sa midterm, nag-double check ko. Stop the recording ha.